Grade Gray, virtual lesson 4.1. We're looking at double number lines today. I got a few problems to do with you here, and then you're going to knock out that cool down. Should be a pretty fast day for you math-wise. So let's do this. Michael biked 12 miles on Saturday, and we need to use a double number line to answer these questions. All right, so double number lines, I introduced you a little bit to those last week. All right, there's always going to be two parallel lines. The one that's on top is normally the one that I put with the value of whatever you're talking about. And then the percentage is matched along with it on the bottom. The percentage is always going to have two numbers, 0 and 100 involved. Always, always, always. 100 is your whole. It's your out of number, is what I like to call it. In fact, I'm going to write that down here. Out of. This is always your out of number. It matches there in the value. All right. So in this case, our out of number is our Saturday distance of his Saturday distance. His Saturday distance was 12. So that's our out of number, our whole, in other words. All right. And then we always have a 0 that matches for the value as well. So we know that 100% of his Saturday distance is 12. So that actually answers part 1 here. What is 100% of his Saturday distance? All of it is 12 miles. All right, second question. On Sunday, he biked 60% of his Saturday distance. How far is this? So whenever they start asking you about percentages on these double number lines, what you want to do is you want to find a multiple that you can count by that will hit both your percentage they're asking about and also try to land it on 100. So the number that comes to mind for me, especially using 120 here, is the number 20. If I count by 20s, 20, 40, 60, I hit 60, I'll hit 100, I'll hit 120. It kind of lands on everything. So I'm going to choose that as my counting spaces on this. So if I count by 20%, it's going to look roughly like this. 20, this would be about 40. 60 would be here. And then you'd have 80 in this location, 20, 40, 60, 80. It makes up the 100. And we can even go past it and hit 120 past the full 100%. All right. Now, the top part of your double number line, your values, match up with those spacings. They match up with them like this, here, here. And what we've done is we've split up the entire whole into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 equal spaces. 5 equal spaces. And so what we want to do here is we want every one of these to represent a fifth of 12. Now, if you take 12 and you divide it by 5, it doesn't come out perfect, but it is 2.4. So every one of these is worth 2.4. 2.4 to there. You double that, it would be 4.8. You add 2.4 to that again. That's 6.2. You add 2.4 to that again. That's 8.6. Oh, I split that up wrong. 12 divided by 5 is 2.4. 4.8. Oh, that would be 6.6. My bad. I knew something was off there. So 2.4 to that would be 5.2. It would be 7.2. Sorry. 7.2. And then you add 0.4, would be 6, 9.6, and then 2.4 more would get you to 12. So I've broken that up into fifths. So we can see all of those are 2.4 skip counting, or think of it like counting by 24s, but with the decimal involved, right? And so if I go past the 100% by another 20, that would be another skip count by 2.4, and that would be 14.4, 2.4 more than the 12. And so how much did he bike if he did 60% of his Saturday distance on Sunday? Well, that answer can be found here at 60. He biked 7.2 miles. And then what if he went 120% of his distance? Well, that can be found over here at 120%. It's 20% more than what he did, which is 2.4 added to that. So that's 14.4 miles. Double number line is a great visual way to do some percentage problems. Not my favorite way to do it, but it is helpful, especially for those just learning how to understand percentages. All right, let's do another one. with this large soda. Okay, so double number line again. Let me draw a better line than that. So double number line again. And we've got our 0. We'll always have our 100. And our value up here will always have those things involved as well. So value, and this is our percent. All right. Large soda contains 32 ounces at a fast food chain. A medium size contains 75% of the large. How much does the medium soda contain? So it looks to me like 32% is the large. That's the full. So I'm going to put 32 right here. All right. And a medium size is 75% of that. So I'm thinking, okay, what could I skip count by to fit 75 and 100? Well, that I think I'm going to go by 25s because that would land on 75 and it would land on 100. And what it does is it splits this number line for us up into quarters, right? 25, 50, 75. These are quarters, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. So I need to take 32 and divide it by 4. And that gives me a nice, clean 8, right? Because 8 times 4 is 32. So every one of these is skip counting by 8s. 8, 16, which is half. That makes sense. Another 8 would be 24, right? So if the medium is 75%, then that means that it's a nice 24-ounce cup. 24 ounces is our answer. See how easy that is whenever it splits up into quarters like that? Let's move on to the next one. We're cooking. All right, 12. Let's do another double number line. Let's sketch it real fast. It doesn't take very long to draw these. 100%, 0, and the total. A 12-ounce bottle of orange juice says it contains 180 milligrams of vitamin C, which is, I need to redraw my double number line a little bit here. And the reason why is because look how big my percentage is. So that means that 100% would be right here. 200% would be like right here, and 300% would be like right here. Okay, the reason why I'm going so much bigger is because I got such a large percentage, very large. And since I have such a large percentage, and it looks like it's dealing with 100 and 225, I can count by 25s again, so I can split these up into quarters, right? Quarters, 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 and 225 would be right here. This is 225. This is the amount that 180 milligrams represents, right? So there's my 200 mark. There's my 100 mark. There's my 0 mark, right? So what we want to do is we want to find out, all right, how many spaces are they splitting this up into so we can find out what they're skip counting by, okay? So we've got 225, which is our total. And they've split this up into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spaces. So we need to take the 180 and divide by 9. And when you do that, it's not that hard to do. 180 divided by 9. 9 will go to that twice, so this is 20. So really all they're doing is they're skip counting by 20s. So 20, 40, 60, 80, so on, so forth. 120, 140, 160, 180. And the question was asking if this 180 is 225% of your daily recommendation, then what's your 100% daily recommendation of vitamin C? Then all you got to do is look at the 100%, which is right here, and that lines up with 80 milligrams. So that would be 100% of your daily recommended value. All right, last one. At a school, 20% of the 6th grade students said that country music is their favorite. All right. And 100 6th graders prefer country music. So how many of the 6th graders are at the school? We know from this problem, I'm going to set up my double number line. My percentages are on the bottom. 20 is my percentage. So I'm going to split this up. I'm counting by 20s, 20, 40, 60, 80. So I'm counting by 20s. I get my other number up here. We're going to count by a different number up here, but we've split it up into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the fifths. But this 20% is what we're given. We're not given the 100%. We know that 20% of the 6th graders like country music, and that represents 100 students. So 20% represents 100 kids. Okay. This is 20%. So that means they're skip counting by 100, 100, 200, 300, 400, and then 500. So we know that the full amount of kids in the school, 100% of the students, is 500. There are 500 kids in the building. And that is your crash course on double number lines. If you have questions, if you need more help, please email me, set up a tutoring session. But this should help you get through the cool down for today. Y'all have a great day.